Okay. Hold on. Oh, crap. I keep messing this up. I've tried to go live 50 times and I keep messing it up, y'all. Oh, crap. Hold on. Bear with me, please. YouTubers, I'm sorry. I know y'all are like, what in the world is happening? Okay, I think I might have it. No, I clearly don't. Don't have my setup ready. I wish I did, but I don't. Wait, I don't. Okay, hold on. How can I do this? Hold on. Hold on. All right, let's do it. This doesn't work. God, I'm so sorry. I usually am so much more put together than this. I do apologize. Hang in there. Thank you guys. You guys are like so sweet. You're already like sending me badges and stuff, even though like I'm having like major technical difficulties. And I know that people on YouTube are like, this mess is, she can't even get this mess right. But I normally can. Normally I do. Okay, come on. Let's say a prayer. Nobody breathe. No one. No one breathe. Okay, hold on. Let me just adjust something up here. I'm trying, y'all. It's Friday night. Hold on. Because I'm trying to get my, hold on. Let me see here. I'm live, y'all, on, sorry, Instagrammers. I know it looks ghetto fabulous. Okay. I'm live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. But see, I don't have like the live streaming, like there is software that you can get apparently that helps you like third-party apps that help you go live on all platforms. Well, if you guys ever wondered how I make my videos and how I do all my stuff, by the way, it's just me, myself, and I. I don't have a team. It's just me, myself, and I. And I really don't know how to do those third-party apps. And honestly, I know some people have actually asked me, they're like, how do you go live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube? And I'm like, well, I have 50 different books and magazines that I set up at different heights. And I have an iPad on one and a laptop on another, and then an iPhone on the third. Yeah, that's really what it is. I have 3 devices literally here trying to go live because I'm just not, if it ever looks glamorous, honeys, this is not glamorous. This is me literally I've got books propped up. Hi. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see you. I'm giving you guys, all of you, a virtual hug for this week because this week has been honestly like the shittiest week ever. And for reasons I don't have to go into, and I'm not, because we're going to talk about the COVID vaccine, the variant, et cetera. That's the focus of today. You know, I'm staying in my lane. We're not talking politics or anything like that, but I just want to start by giving you guys a virtual hug because I love you and we're all in this together. If you guys saw my post on Facebook yesterday, you know, just know we're going to get through this. Okay, all the political unrest that's happening in the United States. For those of my fans who are overseas, I appreciate your prayers. We all appreciate your prayers. We can definitely use those. So, okay, a couple of housekeeping details before we get started. Good news, basically, from the Pfizer team about their COVID vaccine and how it may function against the variant. I know you guys have been very, very worried about this, so it's been really important for me to talk about this. Couple updates before then. A new edition of the newsletter. I have a free health newsletter that comes out every Saturday or Sunday. Usually it's Saturday though. Free health newsletter. It's sign up at drjencaudle.com. The next edition will come out tomorrow. We'll have sort of a recap of a lot of the videos I did during the week. It has some new content as well. It's just another way to connect with you guys and say hello. So if you'd like to sign up, I hope you do. Please go to drjencaudle.com. This is itchy. Do you ever like do your hair? I thought this was cute. I really did. I thought the side pony was cute. I was like, oh, I'm going to be cute today. And I put on like this frosted lipstick. I found this lipstick, like, you know, it's funny when you're home. Well, I'm not home all the time. I'm at work. And then when I'm home, like, you know, we're spending so much time indoors because of COVID, right? I'm seeing all this stuff I never saw before. So I found this like old frosted lipstick, this old L'Oreal frosted lipstick from, you know, bought it from CVS like years ago that I used to love, used to be my jam. Now I'm like, ooh, it's a little 90s, Jen. Anyway, so that hairstyle didn't work. We're going to go back to the basics. Okay. So free health newsletter, go to drjencaudle.com to sign up. Also, a couple other things. Thank you guys for joining me on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. I so appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the stars on Facebook, on Instagram. You guys have already started sending badges. I love you guys. Thank you so much. YouTube super stickers, super chats. Thank you. Helps keep this operation running. So, and then the other thing, last thing before we get into the news today, this is one of my favorite T-shirts, healthy, happy, and fabulous. Happy, healthy, and fabulous. All T-shirt sales and merchandise sales, I donate a portion of the proceeds to the Red Cross. It's about 30 to 40% of the proceeds are donated to the Red Cross. If you're interested in shopping and contributing to a good cause, go to drjencaudle.com/shop. Okay, I think we're done with the advertisements. Don't you guys think? Yeah, I think so. All right. Let's get right into it, guys. So first thing that we should really pay attention to and really take note of is the fact that yesterday, that is January 7th, we had the worst day for COVID thus far. That is, some reports, New York Times reports that we lost 4,112 people to COVID. That is the deaths of Americans. That is, by the way, unbelievable. It's unacceptable. It's unreal. It makes me, I don't even know what to think. By the way, one last thing. Sorry, I'm all just, if you really want to know who I am and how I am, this is it, because it's a one-woman shop. I forgot something. I just have to share this to my personal page. You guys are like, I don't know about her. Wouldn't be surprised if you said that. Hang in there. Hold on. I just appreciate you guys. You guys are like the loves of my life, as I always say. And I always love you guys. Okay. Hold on. I'm just sharing it to my personal page so people can get it and they can see it in other spots too. Share one more time. Hold on. And then I'm going to do that intro again because why not, right? Why not get this the right way? That I can do this. Even though it's a Friday and my brain has been shared to a group. Oh, speaking of group, you know where I'm sharing this to is I'm sharing this broadcast to my Healthy Living with Dr. Jen group. It's a free group on Facebook. We have about 15,000 plus members. We share memes and photos and things. You can ask questions. We share news, you name it. Just look for Healthy Living with Dr. Jen and submit a request to join. You'll be in the club right away. Anyway, guys, back to what I was saying. Thursday, January 7th, 2021, was the worst day on record that we've had thus far for COVID deaths. That is right. The New York Times reports literally, and I have my other laptop here, that at least 4,112 coronavirus deaths and 280,292 new cases were reported in the United States. Guys, let's just take a moment and think about what that really means. Think about that, guys. 4,112 deaths? Are you kidding me? I mean, honestly, and we're losing this many people, or at least these types of numbers every single day. It may not be this high of a number because we haven't reached that yet, except for yesterday, but it's been high in the 3,000s. And before that, it was in the 2,000s. And I remember when I came to you guys maybe in November or so, and I was like, this was the worst day for COVID ever. And I think we'd lost like 700 or 800 people. And now, yesterday, we lost 4,112 people, according to New York Times. Let's talk about the news of the day, which is the COVID variant and things of that nature. Now, I've mentioned to you guys, I've done a number of videos on the COVID variant, the different strains, et cetera, how they work. Please make sure you check out my YouTube channel or Facebook, where I have my whole library. It's, just go to drjencaudle.com. You'll see them. I've done multiple videos, and I still continue to do that because the information evolves. As I have said before, COVID and, viruses mutate. That's part of what they do. That's just kind of like part of their shtick. They mutate. And we have detected COVID variants before. So the COVID variants that are in the news now, it's not that they're the first variants we've ever detected. That's not the case. We've detected others. We knew that there were others. These, however, caught the eye and the interest of researchers for different reasons, and particular reasons, okay? A number of which are, beyond the scope of what we're talking about here, but just understand they caught the eye of researchers. So please understand that the idea of a variant or a new strain of COVID or a COVID mutation is not a new or novel concept. It's something we knew was happening. But the mutations that we're seeing lately are a little bit different in that, number one, we are seeing some strains in particular in the UK, also in South Africa and other countries. We also know that there have been mutations here in the United States. The variants that we are talking about, we have determined, or at least we think, we meaning scientists, Okay. Scientists say that they think that these COVID variants that are sort of roaming around the planet right now are more highly transmissible, which means that they are more easily transmitted, meaning that people are able to get them from someone else more easily than other strains or other COVID strains. Okay. So far, researchers don't think that these COVID variants are any more deadly or say, worse in terms of the outcomes that patients have. However, that doesn't mean that being more transmissible is a walk in the park. Yes, I do think it's a good thing that we don't seem to think that these variants are more deadly or sort of more dangerous. That's a wonderful thing. But the fact that they're more transmissible may mean that we get the virus more quickly, easily, et cetera, with this strain. And therefore, more people maybe become infected with COVID, put more of a strain on the healthcare system. More people may eventually die, et cetera. It's sort of a snowballing effect. So it's not a good thing that this is a more transmissible variant. But it is certainly a good thing that we don't think it's more deadly. Now, I always have to caution everything that I say with sort of a, I always have to say, look, this is what we think right now, because things do change. They change all the time. I mean, I remember months ago when I came to you and said, no face masks, do not wear face masks, because that was the leading guidance at the time. That was the best evidence we had. And all of a sudden, overnight, that changed. So keep in mind that things may change, but right now, that's what we think. Okay. Still, the fact that the virus is more transmissible or more highly transmissible is not great, but at least it's not more deadly. So with that, okay, let's talk a little bit about this. Actually, before I talk about that, before I talk about the Pfizer vaccine, let me tell you something that I was listening to Sanjay Gupta's podcast. It's called Coronavirus Fact versus Fiction. It's a podcast on Apple. You can download it from Apple Podcasts. I've been listening to this podcast for months now, really since 6-8 months since the beginning of COVID. Really, really great, short, concise pieces that Sanjay Gupta is doing. And he had a researcher, a virologist, on his show, and she was talking about this COVID variant. And she said something I think is really, really important. She said, I think something that people, the general public, is afraid of is I think they hear the phrase more highly transmissible or more easily transmitted. And they think, oh, this virus, or this variant rather, is transmitted in a different way than what we're already doing. Or, maybe it falls from the sky, or it does different things than what the normal COVID has been doing. And she said, it's really important for people to know that that's not the case. And I wanted to talk about that, guys, because it's really important. These COVID variants that we're detecting, even though some may be more highly transmissible, doesn't mean that they're transmitted any differently than the old COVID. Does that make sense? Meaning it's still transmitted via sort of airborne routes and upper respiratory droplet spread, and less likely, however, possibly spread by touching objects that have the virus on it. Again, that's a lot less likely. It's still spread the same way as the COVIDs we've been talking about all along. So when you hear this sort of phrase COVID variant, and that it's more highly transmissible, please don't think that there is some additional or different way that these variants are transmitted. It's still the same, which is why, as I said probably in my last live a few days ago, it's really important that we double down on our efforts to do what we know we need to do. What the good part about that is what we can do to protect ourselves against this variant is the same stuff that we did to protect ourselves against COVID before we knew about the variants, okay? Hand washing, wearing our masks, social distancing, staying out of groups, only spending time with people who we live with, all of those measures. So please rest assured that, that's kind of the case, when it comes to that. Okay. Now, let me see what happened with Instagram. Did something? Oh, Instagram just says low battery. Okay. I know I have a low battery. I have low battery everywhere. All right. So understand that. Now let's get to the Pfizer COVID vaccine. So Pfizer released a statement today. Oh, and by the way, the more that we can clamp down on COVID in general, the more we can wear a mask, social distance, stay only with people in our household, wash our hands, hand sanitize, et cetera, that's actually going to reduce the chances of new variants of COVID in the future as well. Okay. So what we need to do is yes, the variant is concerning because it's more highly transmissible. I'm with you there. I'm glad that it doesn't seem to be more deadly, but yes, it's more easily transmissible. But what this means is we need to double down on the efforts that we've been doing. That means you need to really wear your mask. You need to stay out of groups. You need to not mingle with people not in your household. You need to wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, rest on that. By the way, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to make this relatively quick. I'm going to go into the Pfizer stuff right now because I've got like 10% on Instagram. I got like 16% on Facebook, and on my laptop where I'm streaming on YouTube. You guys are doing just fine. You guys are always a-okay. So anyway, and by the way, thank you for like the stars on Facebook, the super chats and super stickers on YouTube, and the badges on Instagram. By the way, if you haven't joined my Healthy Living with Dr. Jen group on Instagram, please, or rather on Facebook, please do. Also, my Dr. Jen Superstars group is my subscription group. That group has access to exclusive content. I do a special live for my superstars once a week. We have a lot of fun. We know each other by name. It's a really special group. So consider joining that if you want to. All right. So now let's go into the Pfizer COVID vaccine and what they're saying about, will it work against the variant? I know a lot of you have been worried about that. Will this vaccine work? Now, first of all, I'm only talking about the Pfizer vaccine. That's the only one that's released a statement as of this point. Pfizer in its on its website today says that they announced results from an in vitro study. What that means is they announced results from a study that was done in a lab. It was conducted by Pfizer and the University of Texas Medical Branch, UTMB, and it showed that antibodies from people who have received the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine did effectively neutralize the SARS-CoV-2 virus that had a key mutation that's also found in 2 highly transmissible strains. That is good news. It seems, if you're trying to figure out what this mumbo jumbo means, it seems that, the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine may be effective against at least a key mutation that's been found in 2 of the highly transmissible strains that we've seen in the UK and South Africa. That's excellent. Now, there's still a lot that we don't know. The story is not over, as I always say, and as you guys know, right? We still have more research to do. This was a lab study, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot more to do. But the good thing is that scientists and researchers have been pretty confident throughout this whole process that they've often felt or said that they've felt that the vaccine would work against the variants. This is just one of the mutations found in 2 of the strains. There are other mutations. So the bottom line is, we will learn more as time goes on. This is not the end of the story. In many ways, it's the beginning of the story, but at least this preliminary information sort of confirms what scientists have been saying they suspected was the case, which is that they have felt that the vaccines we have should be effective against the COVID variants. Once again, I want to say that this is just the Pfizer COVID vaccine. We don't have any statements or anything from Moderna. We have been told, we, meaning the world, I'm getting my source from the same people, sources from the same places you are. We've been told that other vaccines are evaluating their vaccines against these variants as well. So we have to wait and see. I think the most important thing here, guys, and the take-home point is, rather than being afraid of this variant, I think what's important is to double down on our efforts to do what we know we should be doing against COVID. That is washing our hands, wearing our masks, not being in groups, social distancing, not spending time with people not in our bubble, because those are the efforts that will not only protect us against COVID, but will also protect us against these COVID variants. And the more we can do that, potentially, with the fewer mutations and variants we might have, we can sort of cut down on the virus transmission in general. So I hope this makes sense. I hope this is helpful. Once again, not to leave with a Debbie Downer note, but again, New York Times mentions that we had 4,112 deaths as of January 7th, guys. It's horrible. On top of everything else that's happening in this world, COVID is still very much here, front and center. So the vaccine's being rolled out. Yes, it needs to be rolled out quicker, but we do have more and more people being vaccinated. It's important to get your vaccine. Please do not be afraid of it. If you have questions, I'm doing daily videos on the COVID vaccine, trying to answer your questions. Yesterday's video was about if the COVID vaccine has eggs or latex or preservatives. Many of you guys have wondered or worried about that. I also did a video on whether you can get the COVID vaccine if you have autoimmune disease, if you have a weakened immune system, et cetera. Also myths about the COVID vaccine. So my whole library of COVID vaccine videos and other COVID videos is on Facebook and YouTube at Dr. Jen Caudle. Please check them out. Ask me questions. I do my best to answer them. I can't always answer. I know I'm talking like super fast, a mile a minute, but I just wanted to stop in and say hello and to give you the good news that at least it seems like the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine may be effective against some variants of COVID-19, at least preliminarily, which is a wonderful thing. Guys, it's Friday night. The world, I know it seems like it's on fire, but as I always say, we will get through this. Make sure you sign up for my free health newsletter. If you have not, go to drjencaudle.com. Check out merch. 30 to 40% of the proceeds is donated to the Red Cross, drjencaudle.com/shop. And if you have not, follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, which is where I'm at, Dr. Jen Caudle. Like, it's the same thing everywhere. So check it out. And also my Healthy Living with Dr. Jen group, which is a free Facebook group, and then my subscription group where we have special lives and all exclusive content for those guys. It's a subscription group on Facebook. Guys, thank you for the badges, the super chat, super stickers, and for the stars. You guys are amazing. I hope you have a wonderful night. You guys know I do lives on Mondays and Fridays. I will be back to give you more information, and we'll keep you updated as much as I can. Guys, I love you. I will talk to you soon. Bye.